Hey everybody, Stephen Totillo here to show you Swords and Soldiers 2, which is a new downloadable game for the Wii U. It is a side-scrolling real-time strategy game from a studio called Ronimo, and this is the overworld map. We're going to jump right into level 11, which has been kicking my butt, but we'll start from the beginning. There's sort of a cartoony storyline going on. I'm going to skip through most of that. There's three different factions, Vikings, Persians, demons. There's good guy and bad guy versions of all of them, and this guy Blackbeard is our enemy here that we don't like, and we are going to try to... He's teamed up with Owlbeard, who we also don't like. And for most of these levels, we're going to be just trying to get all the way to the right. Every level of the campaign is introducing some new units, or in this case, a new tower and a new spell. And let's see how we do. So I'm first going to try to create a bunch of worker units and use them to mine as much gold as possible. Gold from the gold mine here can be used for creating different fighting units for the most part, also just unlocking things in the upgrade tree, in the unit creation tree, and then the blue, the mana, which is ticking up slowly, is mostly going to be used for spells. And in some levels the resources are harder to come by than in others. And what you'll see is this is a very streamlined RTS. It's still plenty complex and very hectic, but all the action is going to be taking place on pretty much one plane. You're going to see a fork in the road at one point in the map up there. But once I start creating units, they're going to be relentlessly marching to the right until they win or die, and the same is true for the enemies. They're just going to start marching in, and it gets pretty hairy. So let's go into the upgrade tree and figure out what to build. Healing spell has been important for me before. Let's start with that. Units come in pretty quickly, so let's create some spear-throwing demons. Some resources also get dropped in from the air, as you can see right there. Okay, and we already see that some enemies are coming in. Let's use some lightning spells to soften them up, because I don't have a lot of fighters yet. What you want is a bunch of friendly units to cluster together. Since they just start walking out on their own, it can be hard at times to get them to all be in the same spot, although when there is a defensive fortification like that from the enemy, it does actually at least allow them to sort of all choke in the same spot. Healing spell on these guys. If she carries back that gold, that'll be nice. That'll help me gain a lot. Oops. No, I don't want to do that. Healing spell again. Let's go into the upgrade tree. Build that guy and build that guy. Okay, so we've got a nice amount of units there. We can create this sandstorm guy or whatever he's called. He's more of he's an invisible dude. He'll go past some enemy fortifications. I'm using the mana probably too much early on, but I've had really bad problems with just getting bum rushed by a ton of enemies before, and so what I'm trying to do is at least weaken this gate. But yeah, I've already lost that assassin guy. So maybe I'll hold off on him. This tower here is creating skeletons, and they're helpful here, I guess, in trying to bash down this gate, which is, again, slowing my guys down a lot. Generating a lot of gold. New spell might be handy. What is this? A Jin cannon. Oh, and the flying carpet guy. I want this stuff. Hold it. Okay. I might be recklessly buying a few too many things early on, but I'm still sort of in search of the best strategy to get through this level. Good, I took down the gate. That's helpful. But now my guys are all going to move in, and I kind of wish they would just stop, but that's not an option in this game. You can't say, hang back, let me build resources, let me gather resources. They're just going to keep moving in, and then we have the fork in the road problem here, which, when I was previously playing, was causing me the problem of having just so many guys come in at me at once. Let's use. This is a defensive spell, though. That'll knock guys back. That's useful. Maybe we can double the production of skeletons. Maybe that'll be useful. And this hammer here. I should have hung out with them and put a healing spell on them, probably. Let's see. Does this hammer work? Good trick? No. Okay, so I have a lot of gold, so let's switch my mine to being a mana mine to build up some of the mana. Let's throw in that hammer spell again. And let's bring in some fighters. Let's have with lightning. Oh. Okay. No, too many guys from them. Okay, now we got serious problems. I just need some tougher fighters. Yeah, I probably didn't need to use that lightning spell right there. What are we thinking here? Is this worth having, the second skeleton, or is this going to get a skeleton creating thing, or is this going to get taken out? I'm not sure. Okay, so we probably need to switch our mine back into a gold mine. And a lot of the levels you don't really have to worry about this, and you can generate mana with a mana rune, which is a tower that'll just pull mana out of the ground. But in this case, as you saw, without having the mine creating mana, I was burning through my spells pretty quickly. I do like having the double skeleton thing here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But I'm also not sold on which units I have. So let me create the Naga units. Oh, and the flying carpet guy would be good as well. I noticed that I'm going to be able to upgrade and buy a snowstorm or ice storm spell, and I think that would be really helpful given the volume of units in this level. On the other hand, given that I can't create a lot of mana in the level without foregoing creating gold, I really should probably be making this decision to either have a spell-centric strategy for this level and not worry about creating new units and just mining mana and using that to sort of chop my way through the level with just a few scouting units to sort of keep the Fog of War back, or switch to just a gold generating strategy and overwhelm with lots of units. So I have a bunch of units here. The gate is pointed up, which means they're going to go up the upper fork, which hopefully means those units on the lower part. Oh, crap. They're coming in. Oh, damn it. So I can create that fortification there. Send in fighters. Can I create a third skeleton thing? No, I cannot. These guys coming in. Alright, let's try out this new spell I got. Oh, no. This is a disaster. Use the hammer on them. Let's just push some of these guys that way, which is no good. Let's create that guy again. One guy to worry about here. Not two guys. Okay, I think I can get that. Let's have a worker go out and get that. Tons of guys I'm fighting here. This is a disaster. Okay. Let's get that spell that I wanted. The Ice Storm. And... oh, goodness. Okay, my Flying Carpet guys are hanging back, though, and they're doing a decent amount of damage there, and the skeletons are holding them out, so maybe we've at least reached stalemate. Alright, freeze these over here. That should help me push forward. Create a bunch more units to have a nice amount of gold. Oh yeah, this is good. Now I'm creating a whole bunch of fighters. You can see all the blues moving in from the left. This should be good. Okay, so... I have taken out a whole bunch of those units, so let's see if I can chop this down pretty quickly. Okay, there was a stealth guy hiding in there. We got him. I can still create a cannon. I'm just going to buy everything in the upgrade tree so that I now have it all taken care of. There are levels called open battles, and when you do an open battle, you can create your own skill tree, unit tree, whatever it's called. Apologize for not knowing all the RTS lingo. And then you can basically have your own sort of customized armies that are fighting through as you pull units from different factions. Okay, a little more Demon and Viking powers. Uh-oh. Phil. Oh, Phil. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so I think we really need that Ice Bomb spell, but we can't use it. Use this. We've got 3 of the carpet dudes. Okay, and that guy's coming in here. I don't know what I'm going to do against him. I don't really understand what he can do. But I do have a lot of money. Flying carpet guy. So we have 2 skeleton generating things. Send a worker out to pick up the gold here. So he's looking pretty tough. So my toughest guys are going to be the Naga guys. Like this guy is formidable. I don't know what I can do. Switch off to mana creation and maybe hit him with a bunch of spells. I think that's going to be our best strategy here. So let's first try to bash him back with the hammer. And alright, so we've held him back a little bit. Let's hit him with some lightning. Good, okay, and I think we got him. Alright, great, okay. Let's switch back to gold creation. Oh, we can build... I think these skeleton producing things have been good. Let's actually just have some guys take the lower route. I know that's clear, so have my guys march through. Hell, let's create more skeletons and rush the gate. As I was saying, yeah, you can customize your own armies when you do the open battles, where you can pick from any of the units, spells, and tower types that you've unlocked through the campaign. The open battles show up on the map, although I'm guessing, and I haven't played much of or really any of the multiplayer mode, but the skirmish battles, I imagine you can probably customize your own armies as well, or at least pick which faction you're going to play as. Yeah, but I would say, like, since there's so much mixing and matching, it really doesn't make sense to think of this as choosing this faction or choosing that faction so much as really learning which units you like the best. Like, there's a Viking unit I like a lot that's a healer that stays in the rear and throws meat at guys to heal them. These flying carpet guys are pretty good here from the Persian side. There's a really good demon unit that I don't have on this map, which is a big siege troll, and he goes around with a big shield and bashes his way through things. So we've got a problem here. I guess we should resolve that. See how nobody ever turns left? Like, my guys don't turn around and just shoot that guy. But let's bring in more units. Oh, we have a ton of money. I should maybe make a cannon. And I should send a lady in and pick up the lamp. Something of a stalemate here. For some reason these units aren't triggering to come in, but okay, I'm not going to complain. I've got my worker lady taking her time. Send in another worker lady to pick up that gold there. Some of the levels don't have a base, or some of the levels don't allow you to go through the upgrade tree. So they have different kind of parameters to make things interesting. You know, like any good campaign, they're going to mix up the rules and play around with their own rules as much as they can. Let's use the cannon here. That'll just, it's not a cannonball that's going to be fine, just a gin. Heal that guy. Oh, well. Oh no. What happened there? Okay. Oh no. Oh, this bastard. Gotta freeze some enemies. Try to take them with the mark. Okay, things are going badly. Obviously they want to get that genie lamp back, but I think we've set ourselves up pretty good here because we're going to have a rush of skeletons. I can use that guy to come in on that. Oh no, maybe we didn't set ourselves up well. This is a relentless attack. We need more guys. Holy cow. They are angry. Wow, I was way too confident and comfortable with what was happening. Switch over to mana creation. Just way too many units coming in at me. This is brutal. Oh, well, here we go. Don't get hubristic when playing Swords and Soldiers 2. Very fun game though, and as you can see, the action can turn on a dime. Really good though. I enjoyed it a lot. I've enjoyed what I've played of it so far. Swords and Soldiers, 2 downloadable for the Wii U. By the way, I did mention as it is a Wii U game, you might be wondering, what am I missing because I'm not seeing the gamepad screen? You're not missing anything. The graphics were duplicated on the gamepad screen, and you can actually play with other controllers like the what do you call it? The controller Pro, whatever it's called, where you don't actually have a screen down there. So there is a touchscreen option for controls, but you can just play on your TV, which is what I've been doing. I hope you got a kick out of that, and now you know not to get cocky when playing level 11. A good life lesson for you today. Be back with another game sometime soon.